The forest was ancient, a cathedral of towering redwoods and ginkgo trees where sunlight fell in dusty, golden shafts. Elara, who was 7 and knew the woods behind her house better than anyone, was following the trail of a peculiar, three-toed track when she found the cave. It wasn't a dark, scary cave. Ferns curtained its entrance, and a soft, warm, strangely sweet smell wafted from within, like crushed pine needles and overripe mangoes. Curiosity, which had always been Elara's loudest companion, pushed her through the ferns. Inside, the light was dim and dappled, and there, curled on a bed of soft moss, was the dinosaur. He wasn't like the roaring monsters in her books. He was about the size of a large pony, but longer, with a graceful neck that curved like a swan's. His skin is a mosaic of deep emerald and russet brown, perfect camouflage. A fan of delicate spines, like a parrot's crest, ran from his head down his back. One of his hind legs was bent at an awkward angle, swollen and marked with angry red cuts. He was awake. His eye, a large, intelligent orb of deep amber with a slit of black pupil, fixed on her. He didn't roar. He let out a low, questioning chirp that sounded like a cross between a bird and a cicada. Elara's heart wasn't pounding with fear. It was thumping with a wonder so immense it left no room for terror. She slowly raised her empty hands. "I won't hurt you," she whispered, the way she did to the injured baby rabbit she'd found last spring. The dinosaur chirped again, a softer, almost plaintive sound. He tried to shift but winced, a tremor running through his body. "You're hurt," Elara stated. Her practical side took over. She remembered her adventure kit, an old canvas bag she carried everywhere. In it was a water bottle, a peanut butter sandwich, a rope of licorice, and a small bottle of water from the tap she called magic healing potion. She uncorked the water bottle first and, moving with infinite slowness, poured a little into a broad leaf, pushing it toward him. The dinosaur watched her, unblinking. He stretched his long neck, sniffed the air with nostrils that twitched, and then darted his tongue out to lap the water. He made a soft, rumbling sound of approval. Emboldened, Elara tore her sandwich in half. "It's peanut butter," she explained. "It's sticky, but it's good." She placed it on the moss. The dinosaur nibbled it, then ate it in one quick gulp, his crest feathers twitching with what seemed like delight. For the next hour, Elara worked. She used her magic potion to carefully clean the mud and debris from the cut on his leg. She found straight sticks and used her licorice rope and some tough vines to fashion a wobbly but stable splint. The dinosaur, whom she decided to name Pip because of his little chirping sounds, watched her every move, occasionally nudging her hand with his beak-like mouth in a gesture that felt like thanks. She visited him every day that summer. She brought apples pilfered from the kitchen, vegetables from the garden, and stories from her books. Pip's leg healed with a speed that surprised her, his natural resilience aided by regular meals and clean water. They developed a language of their own. A soft chirp meant hello. A low rumble was contentment. A series of quick, high-pitched clicks meant he was excited to see her or the apple she held. He would let her lean against his warm, scaly side as she read aloud, his amber eyes slowly closing in a peaceful doze. Elara told him about school and her friends who didn't believe in magic. Pip would listen, then tilt his head as if to say, "They don't know about sun-dappled caves and the taste of peanut butter, do they?" She knew he couldn't stay forever. The woods were too small for a creature that belonged to a much older, wilder world. One afternoon in late August, Pip was testing his weight on his healed leg, pacing the length of the cave with a powerful, graceful gait she'd never seen before. He was strong. He was ready. He came to her and nudged her firmly, then walked to the cave entrance and looked back. The message was clear. Tears welled in Elara's eyes, but she didn't argue. She wrapped her arms as far as she could around his neck, breathing in his sweet, earthy smell. "Be careful," she whispered into his scales. Pip gave a soft, melodious trill, a sound she'd never heard before. It was a sound of farewell and of gratitude. Then he turned and pushed through the ferns, his green and brown skin blending into the forest until he was gone. Elara never found the cave again, no matter how hard she looked. It was as if the forest had kept their secret and then gently closed the door. But sometimes, when the wind rustles the leaves in just the right way, she hears it, a faint, familiar chirp that sounds like a question, and from her backyard, she'll toss an apple into the dense undergrowth, smiling when she hears the soft, contented rumble that follows from the shadows, a sound no one else ever notices. The end. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.